Good morning, Forrest. Good morning, Forrest. How you doing, buddy? How was Forrest this morning? How was Forrest? You want some grapes? You know what's in here, don't you? Yeah, give me some grapes, Jimmy. I need grapes. Hey, where is Nina? Where is Nina? She was not here last night. She's not here this morning. That really bugs me. I went looking for her last night after I got back from Texas, and I couldn't find her. You need to go find the little girl. Something got her? Did something get her? I sure hope not. I sure hope not. It always worries me, and I check every morning. And I've been gone for 2 days working. We had a great time in Texas, by the way, buddy. Now you are the only deer here. I hope Nina is somewhere. I look around, I see a lot of deer around. There's a lot of deer here this morning, but no Nina. Nina was here. I talked to Apache, and Nina was here. Nina was here yesterday morning. It was not here last night when I came back. She was not here this morning. I was sure hoping she would be out here this morning, but now she's been gone in the evening and in the morning, and I don't like that. You don't even care, do you? You don't even care. You're not paying a bit of attention. All you're doing is eating grapes. All you're doing is eating. Is he crazy? He'll eat this whole bag if I let him. I mean, he will eat every single grape. And I don't even know if he's chewing them up. I guess maybe he is. You feel all that grape? He all that grape juice? Huh? Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. You're my pal. You're my pal. You're going to go in a pen pretty soon. There will be no more porch feeding for a while, probably. Unless Nina shows back up. I don't know where Nina is. It really bothers me because Nina is around with, she's normally with Forrest. Forrest is not her big brother, but he's sort of been taking care of her. Maybe he's not taking care of her as well as he should have. I'm giving you plenty. I'm giving you a bunch. I'm giving you a bunch. That's right. I'm giving you a lot. He is a great monster. But he's so gentle. I mean, he's so gentle. He's always interested in eating grape. Doesn't care about much anything else. He's pretty much got hard horns. He's still got a little bit of velvet on him. You can see he's not interested in anything. He can get dangerous even with those horns. They're beautiful, small, 8-point. We kind of call this a basket rack is what we call it. In terms of deer racks, he's got a basket rack, but it's beautiful, and he is a big deer, so he's going to really put on some good horns. And he's going to be involved in the rutting and the breeding process because we are going to try. Now, we're not guaranteed that we can do this. He's got to go in the pen on his own. You can't herd a deer into a pen. He's got to go in there on his own. I bet you I can take a bag of grapes. I bet you I can take a bag of grapes. Take a bag of grapes and tempt him into the pen if he's anywhere around close. Yes, I can. Look at there, I dropped one. He won't even pick it up because he knows. There's one down there, Jimmy. There's a couple, 200-300 in that sack. Yeah, there's a bunch of them. We go through a lot of grapes because this is a treat. We go through a lot of South Fresh deer food. And also we're giving them corn, which the corn's going to become even more valuable. I just give them corn because they like it. It's not really that beneficial for them. Some people say it's not beneficial at all. I know they eat a lot of corn where they got corn growing wild, so I don't know how it could be any different. You're up here and say hi to everybody. Say hi, everybody. Say hi, everybody. My name is Forrest. My name is Forrest. Yeah. Yeah. You're a great monster. Have you had enough? I said, are you kidding me? I'll eat that whole bag if you'll let me. I don't want you stepping on this one and squashing it. I don't want you stepping on that one and squashing it. This is really cool right here, I'm telling you. I don't care how many times you do it. It's just always fun feeding a white-tailed deer by hand. Not a lot of people get to do that. These guys are such great buddies to have around. You know, I'm here by myself at the ranch right now. Chris has been, for about 10 days, has been at Sherry's. I am going to go visit her. I'm going to go visit her tomorrow. We've got a deal with Toby Keith this week, this coming week, where we're going to fish with some guys and girls on Grand Lake. And Grand Lake is over, not too awful far from, look at here, 3. He said, it takes a little longer to chew up 3. Doesn't take much longer, does it? One at a time is probably the best way that you should be fed. If you will go find Nina and bring her home, I'm going to go looking for her a little bit on the mule. See if I can find her. But you've had about all the grapes you need for right now. You've had about all the grapes you need for right now. You don't need any more grapes. He said, I'll make that determination, Jimmy. Okay, I've done Chris's job right here. That's all you're getting for right now, okay? That's all you're getting for right now, buddy. He's such a great boy. There he is, Forrest. Forrest, say hi to everybody. So give me more grapes. Isn't that fantastic? Oh, did you hear that turkey gobble? Did you hear that turkey gobble? He gobbled at me laughing. And then he gobbled at me coughing. Roland has always said, in fact, when I started calling turkeys by mouth, when I started doing that years and years ago, it was because of Roland Martin. And Roland said, Jimmy, he said, you know, your laugh is so goofy, it sounds almost like a turkey calling, yelping. And so I started working on it and found out that I could call turkeys with my mouth, without a call in my mouth, just as well as I could without them. So that's what we did. And that cough caused a big gobbler to gobble. Did you hear him? Did you hear him? Did you hear him? Hey, Forrest, baby. Hey, baby. Hey, big boy. Hey, big boy. That is a beautiful, beautiful sight right there. We have a pile of deer here this morning. Absolutely no doubt about that, a pile of them. But we still have no Nina, and that means Nina is still sick. I was not able to find Nina when I went back yesterday. I found her laying over about a quarter mile away, and when I got up to her, she got up and ran just a little bit, and then started walking, walked away, and I just never was able to find her again. I came back to the house, got some grapes and carrots, and some medicine, darts. I got a dart and some medicine and my dart gun. I was going to feed her some grapes and carrots and then dart her after I done that. And I looked for her until after dark. In fact, I actually got on the mule and looked after dark with a spotlight and the night lights on the mules, and still could not find her. Looked for her for a long time. Never did find her. Found a lot of deer, but I never did. I never was able to find Nina. So the deer will do that when they get sick. They go off by themselves. I guess it's just kind of a way to protect the rest of the herd from catching whatever they may have. She looked fine, and I couldn't see any dripping from her nose, which happens. She didn't look really necessarily weak, but I've got to find her, and I've got to leave no later than noon today, so I don't have much time, and I won't be back for 3 or 4 days. So we've got a little bit of an situation on our hands, no doubt about that. But we're hoping that I can find her and maybe she'll eat. Even if she won't eat, I can give her a shot. TC is looking mighty fine. The prayer circle does look great again this morning. Every week I think, well, I'm not going to take another picture of the prayer circle because we've just done that so much. I know y'all get tired of looking at that, but that is just such a tremendously peaceful and great sight to see those two big gobblers out there with the deer, and to know that everybody is so peaceful and secure, not worried about much of anything. And that's exactly what we have happen with that prayer circle. Well, I don't know. Those deer are probably not praying for Chris, but they're probably thinking about Chris and wondering where she is. She's been gone now for about 10 days or so over at Sherry's, while I've been making some personal appearances and taking some people fishing. So they're all just relaxed and having a great time. Little baby fawn laying out there, green tag, TC, Forrest is up here walking around by the door wanting more food. I've been feeding him all morning. But he loves to eat. He's a big boy. He eats a lot. And it's a lot easier to eat here than worried about walking out in the woods. The bad thing about the prayer circle this morning is, again, no Nina. So we haven't been able to find her in the woods. She's not coming to the house. And it's very, very concerning. It's just very concerning. The turkeys are talking to me a little bit. The deer saying, quit screwing with the turkeys and give us some morning breakfast. Give us a little breakfast, Timmy. The feeder throws 3 or 4 times a day, but these piggies, they want to be fed also. We go through a lot of feed, but we have a lot of deer. Yeah, we might set some cameras up here. I wish we could figure out how to do that. Set some cameras up where we just take pictures of them all the time, have the cameras running. Ooh, scared those deer off. Look at those deer running. They must have hit them. They thought they were shot with buckshot or something. I guess. I don't know how many deer are out here alive. The bad thing is Miss Nina's not out here. And I have very little time. I have very little time to look for today because I'm leaving. And I'm going to give it about 2 hours walk in the woods, which I can cover an awful lot of territory in 2 hours. If I can just find her and give her a shot, that may be all it takes. But finding her is one thing. I had carrots and grapes yesterday and could not find her again. And I didn't think she would walk very far, and I thought she would lay back down again, being sick. And she may have, but wherever she laid down, I can't find. When I saw her, her head was up, her ears were down, which meant that she's sick. And she could have pneumonia, which sometimes they get over, sometimes it kills them. If I can doctor her and she has pneumonia, I probably will be able to save her life. But if I cannot doctor her, it's just up to nature, and nature is very, very, very cruel at times. So we just got a situation there, and it is what it is. Hopefully we can make that situation better. If I can find her and give her a shot, it got a lot better chance. TC, you and those gobblers. Well, it's been a tough week for this old deer farmer. Those of you that got to watch the operation and trying to save Bazooka on Wednesday night, you notice we blurred quite a bit of that out. It's kind of a nasty, all of that big infection up in there, and it was just a terrible situation. And I guess he just got so weak that we're not able to bring him back. It's always dangerous when you dart a deer and put him under and do any work on them. They do it all the time, but they do lose them all the time also. And he just probably didn't have enough strength to come back. He was just so weak. His body's so weak. And then also the other thing that Cade Koppenberger mentioned was that with all that infection, his body might have got toxic, and he might not have made it because of that. So it's just one of those things. It could have been from something he ate. It could have been something down in an abscess in a tooth or something that caused it. But obviously a deer like that happens in the wild to them also, and they can't do anything about it. The other situation is we lost Nina, and I haven't mentioned that throughout the week. Actually, what happened on that is I went back and never was able to find Nina on Sunday afternoon, and I looked all afternoon. I looked until after dark. It was spotlight even. And what that little rascal had done, and she was evidently a lot sicker than she looked, because what she had evidently done is she had gone around the house and she had gone up there and crawled under a tractor. And I walked by that tractor and two or three different times, and Apache did also on Monday, and we never did see her. my partner son came down, Aaron, and one of his guys, they were doing some work on a boat dock, and one of his guys saw her laying up there, and she was already dead. She had looked like she had just laid down there and died, and probably had died, you know, maybe Sunday evening or Sunday night, because that was Monday. And I know this is clear to Friday, and we just didn't have any opportunity to share that with you. And I've been a little heartbroken over losing both of those deer, as a matter of fact, because, well, you just fall in love with them. You just fall in love with them. That's all there is to it. And what can I say? And I'm an old tough guy, but I'm a tender-hearted old tough guy. And my deer are kind of special to me. And but we have, her being the last deer of Lucy's herd, I was really having a lot of hope that she would be bred this fall, even though she's a tiny little rascal. Get bred and have a baby or two so we could carry on that legacy, but that didn't happen. Lucy was a very special deer, and Nina was a very special deer. She was the run of the bunch. Probably had that just been out in the wild and she had not had any help, Lucy probably would have been sacrificed to the wild within the first week or two of her life, or maybe the first month. It wouldn't have lasted very long, that's for sure. And as it was, she lived nearly 18 months, 17 months, something like that. I didn't figure it out. She was, but it was a lot of pleasure. It brought a lot of pleasure to a lot of people. Brought a lot of smiles to folks' hearts on YouTube and Facebook. A lot of happiness to us. Having deer as a pet is like having puppy dogs and cats. It's a lot of love and care. It's a lot of hard work too, but it's a lot of enjoyment. Animals give you a lot back, and God created the animals and put them under our dominion. That's talks about that in the book of Genesis, and that's exactly what happens. And we're able to take care of them and treat them. And one of the reasons that so much of us that hunt and fish are involved in conservation is that we want to make the land and the water and the woods better for the animals, the fish and all the animals out there, because we love them. That's it. And most of them obviously never become a pet, but those that do are real special, especially when you have a wild animal like a deer that becomes so close to you. And the great thing, one thing I'll always remember about Nina, I always remember a lot about them, just like you do your pet dogs and cats and horses and things like that, is they on Friday before I went to Texas, I took a bag of grapes out and I stood there. I didn't sit down or anything. I stood there and had Nina and Forrest right there, just right here, and just feeding them grapes, just one back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So Nina, you're a very much loved deer, and I guess I don't know if there's a deer heaven, but there is. Nina's reunited with Lucy, and Daisy may be there. There might be dogs there too. Daisy will be there by lab too, but is reunited with Lucy and Indy and Ranger. The triplets are back together again in deer heaven, if there is such a thing. I don't know. Guys and gals, have you a great one out there, and remember, I sure do love you.